Call this meeting to order. Uh, This being the agenda of a regular meeting of the City Commission of Rio Grande City, today being Wednesday, March 19th of 2025, and the time being 12 o'clock. At this time, I'm going to ask that everybody please join me in the invocation. I'm going to ask Commissioner Olivares to lead us in today's invocation, please. Thank you.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, we thank you for allowing us to gather here today in this beautiful facility. We ask you to bless every mind and heart that fills the presence of this room, as well as all our employees and everyone in our beautiful city, especially those that may be going through hard times, tribulations, and trials. We ask you to place in their minds and heart the knowledge that comes with knowing that with you in control, nothing is impossible. We ask for a special blessing upon this commission. We ask that you unite us in purpose so that we can make decisions that positively affect our beautiful city. We ask these things in thy name. Amen.
Amen. I ask that you now please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now to the Texas flag, please.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. At this time, I'm going to be calling roll call. Commissioner De Leon is absent. Is he logged into via Zoom or no? Okay. Commissioner Ediel Barrera? Present. Mayor present. Commissioner Olivares?
Present.
Commissioner Barrera?
Present.
Thank you. I do find that we have a quorum to proceed today. So we're going to be moving forward with our meeting. Do we have anybody signed up for the public forum?
No, sir.
Okay. Now we're moving forward to item 1D, which is the department reports.
Mayor, Commission, good afternoon. From the police department side, this month on the 28th, we'll be having our annual color rain dash at the Basilio Villarreal Park. So we're inviting the community and the commission. Start of the month, we had our DWI presentations where we targeted La Grulla High School, Rio High School, Alternative Center, and early college. It was a huge success. I know Commissioner Barrera joined us on the last one at Rio High.
Good job.
And appreciate it. And also our police academy is going to get started April 4th. We are getting all the paperwork ready to go, and that should start soon.
And I know that you had mentioned last time that you had about 30 participants.
We had 30. Unfortunately, 4 of them failed their psychological, so they were automatically dismissed.
Okay.
So right now, I think our numbers are 26 or 27.
Very good.
So we should still have a really good group.
You did mention the date, I think, but I missed it. When was it?
April 4th is orientation, and April 7th is the official first day of the police academy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Commissioners. My report for the fire department is last week we took part in the ATV training for the guys for the new ATV that we received. It was a day-long training that we did out here on the area behind us. As well as last month we started on a fire hydrant maintenance, and right now we're about 40% completion on the fire hydrants. We go throughout the city, obviously checking all the fire hydrants, as well as calls. As far as we've had several calls in just this couple of days, a structure fire, a vehicle extrication, and a couple of grass fires. Now, as far as talking about the grass fires, I'd like to let the community know that we're under a red flag warning to 9 o'clock today, so be vigilant on what you all do outside as far as not involve any things that might cause sparks on you all's vehicles or outside in your yard. Also, we submitted the border zone grant, and the 230,000. We got some radios on that, and also we end up putting the ramp grant approval by the TEACS, Texas Department of Transportation, as well. And basically that's it.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Next, we have Public Works.
Yes, good afternoon, Mayor, Commission.
Good afternoon, sir.
I have my report there with your package. We've been crack filling streets here in Rio Grande. That's one of our main things that we've been doing. We've been painting the safety yellow corners on Second Street. Second Street is also already finished. We had 14 acres open last week on the weekend. We're going to have it open the last week of the month as well. We got, for last month, we had 379 participants that people go and throw their trash on the whole week. And any questions?
No questions. Thank you so much. I know that the city is looking very nice. I saw all the striping that you did on Main Street. So
Yeah,
thank
and we still got the East Street, Northeast on the newspaper
Yes, sir.
for an opening.
thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Commissioners.
Good afternoon.
I'm going to give you a monthly report for the month of February. We had a total of 152 building permits with a valuation of 1.8 million. We had a total of 6 plan reviews, 3 residential and 3 commercial. We also have good news. Earlier this month, on the 7th, we issued a permit for Lot 2 Villanueva subdivision, which is the DHR cardiology and multi-specialty clinic of a total of 12,148 square feet. I would like to take this moment to thank our planning department staff. They're doing such a great job from our office side and on the field. And I'd like to recognize Mr. Marco De Leon for being named Employee of the Month for a month of March. He's been with us since 2021. He has earned several licenses through the state and a certificate also.
Absolutely. Is he here? Come forth. Don't be shy. Come forth.
Mayor.
Yes, sir.
So,
Excuse me. Congratulations, sir. Employee of the Month. March 2025, presented to Marco De Leon, serving the planning department since February 2021.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Congratulations, sir.
Before we move on to Ms. Norma, I do want to recognize the planning department as well. That's what I do for a living. I'm in construction, and most of my friends are in the same field. So every time I call them, and not checking on you, Mr. Tony, but just asking questions and asking around my colleagues, I said, hey, how's everything going with the city in reference to the planning, to the inspections, to the permits? And they all have told me the same thing. We noticed that there's been an improvement. Not that it was wrong, Mr. Milan, but right now I know the focus was to help more on that part of the your aspect in the planning department, like expedite the permits and be as quick as possible for the inspection. So all of them have told me the same thing. Hey, we call that same day, they go and do the inspections, and I'm ready to go to continue with the next stage of the project. So that's a huge advantage. And the word of the street is right now in Rio Grande, they want to build and they want to help you complete your projects as soon as possible. So that's the word on the street, just so you know. So that brings a lot of positive ideas to investors to come, and because they know they're not going to have any problems when they get their permits and when they apply for to build something in our city. So thank you so much to you and to your department and to the ones that go and do the inspections. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Commissioners.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
So for the library, we had 1,702 visitors in the month of February. Right now, we have a grant going with the Save the Children grant, and that has allowed us to expand our programs, which is Art Venture. We have that at the library every Tuesday. We have Dance Tots and Dance Kids with Gadi Ali next door, offering more dance on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We have people registered because we can only take so many at a time. And we also, on Saturdays, we have ukulele camp with Star Music Academy. And all those are very well attended, I'm happy to say, and the community is really asking for more things. And we're doing as much as we can, but I'm very appreciative of that. But together with the adult programs that the staff has on miscellaneous Mondays, and right now we have health and wellness with the Wesley Nurse Counseling Service, we also do Tales for Tots, where we go out and outreach to the local daycares. And altogether, we had 81 programs in February, and we reached 828 in attendance. We have an event happening tomorrow with the Kelsey Bass Museum. At the museum, we want to showcase the museum, we want to showcase art. We'll have tours for the museum, and it's stories in time, art, history, and verse. So we hope people can join us. It's from 5 to 7. This is a free event. Then a really cool thing happened that I'm about to bring forth to, great young ladies and their families who have been very big supporters of the library, big supporters of literacy, which is something that we really promote, of course, all the time. I would like to introduce Sonia Vela Garcia and Sofia Vela Garcia. These two young ladies have read over 1,000 books before middle school. And we do have a certificate that we would like to give to them, and we're appreciative. Their mother is here with us today, who has obviously promoted literacy, and they continue to read more than the average 10 books a week, obviously 1,000 books before middle school. So
Are they willing to say a few words?
yeah.
Not today. You get your mouth full.
They do enjoy everything that they do at the library, and I'm very thankful.
Okay, yeah, we're very proud of our library program and of course of our librarian. I know that she puts out an excellent program. And to me, it makes me very happy to hear that we have children with a deep interest in reading, learning, keeping the mind occupied on something that's such as productive as reading is. And I'm very proud of you too. And I'm happy that you are here, and I hope that you continue doing what you're doing, because it's one of the best things that you could do for yourself and exercising your mind, and obviously for your future and for your career. So congratulations on that.
They're there on the Tuesday programs. They'll be there on Thursday. So very appreciative. And Mayor, we have a certificate
Yes,
in commission. We'd like to.
absolutely.
Yes, girls.
Okay.
Are both your daughters?
Yes,
Oh,
same father.
Hello. Okay, who's Sophia? You're Sophia. Stand over here if you don't mind. We're going to present you with a certificate of achievement. And now I'm assuming that you are Sonia, right? Hi. Come on over, and if you could stand here. you don't mind holding this. This is a certificate being presented by the city of Rio Grande along with your librarian. We want to say congratulations on a great achievement, and same to you, ma'am. Now-
Mayors of Rio Grande.
Big smile.
Thank you.
One more, one. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Perfect, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Well, before you go, Miss Paula, please help me with a round of applause for Miss the mother, proud mother. And I know it's very difficult to put your children to read, but you have accomplished and have gone way beyond the limit. So congratulations to you. Bye, girls.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Commissioners.
Good afternoon, sir.
Let's start out with Parks and Recs financials at 40% to budget, so we're right in line with our budget for the year. When it comes to the parks, we are continuing to put the safety barriers around the the sprinkler control systems, pumps, and the electrical panels for safety, making the park safe for our community. When it comes to Miriam Park, we added 3 sets of goals, soccer goals to those parks. They were done within the week. We fabricated with Mr. Adame from Parks and Rec, fabricated the soccer goals, which cost under $600. If we would have gone out and purchased those goals, they would have run about $4,000 to $5,000. So it's a good savings for the city on that. When it comes to Fort Ringo, we added the 2 remaining backstops to the baseball fields, which was under $500. We had an estimate of $10,000 to replace those fence. So we made it happen within $600. So those are savings. Also in Fort Ringo, we replaced a water hydrant. Thank you, Water Department, Eric, for making that happen. With that, we'll be able to irrigate, have safety there and irrigate a little bit to get that park up and going. Our future goal is to have it open within about a month to get it for Easter weekend. When it comes to sports, Pony.
This is going to be for the Fort Ringo Park?
Yes, sir.
Good. I know that the community is very excited about this park, and I think that you should get together with our PR department so that you can make a specific announcement to the community, because they've been waiting for this park to be reopened, and so that they can start enjoying it. I know that there's a lot of people that reminisce over that park, and they wanted to get it going, and I'm very proud of everything that you're doing, especially on the savings. Of course, it's a lot of money that we saved on this individual things that you accomplished, so thank you.
Yes, sir. So yes, our goal is to have Fort Ringo revived. I know it holds a lot of memory to adults now that they used the park back then. So hopefully soon that park will be open to the public. We've ordering barbecue pits to have a minimum of 5 barbecue pits scattered around the park so that people could enjoy those. When it comes to sport, very excited for Pony. We've had over 47 teams registered, over 500 participants when it comes to Pony League. Basketball, also another huge success. We're still open for basketball registrations. We have over 200 registered players with over 25 teams combined for that as soon right now. Upcoming sports, volleyball league will begin registrations in the next couple of weeks. Track registrations will be starting April 1st. That would be spearheaded by Coach Joe Ramirez from the high school. Currently, we're in the planning phase of a 2K and a 5K run. We reached out to TxDOT today to see if we could close half of Main Street, so they went ahead and approved it. So we're going to submit the application for that. So we'll do a 5K we're planning from the Kiosco all the way to Fort Ringo and maybe back, which would generate a 5K run.
Right. When are you planning this 5K?
I'm trying to get it next month if everything goes as planned, because I need to order the cones for the traffic. I need to order the medals. the numbers and have somebody officials to keep track of the runners.
The 2K will have an age limit?
Not at this moment. At this moment, I'm thinking 10 and under or
2K.
13 and under for 2K.
Okay.
Or 70 and over.
Or 70 and over, but
And maybe for the 2K, this is just an opinion, it could be based on like age as well.
Correct.
Because, I mean, if 13 and under or 10 and under, you cannot
already-
compare a 10-year-old boy with a
Correct.
6-year-old boy. So maybe put them on same ages. That would be something just to consider maybe for the medals.
absolutely. And
And
like,
that would be great because, I mean, the 5-year-old, the 6-year-olds, even the 4-year-olds will do it. It's a
Yes.
2K. It's gonna be maybe from the kiosco to what, to the gas station right next to Adobe maybe.
Maybe.
So that was always something to consider, sir.
so yes, so that's in the plan. It's going to be I don't know if it's been done in a while, but the city's going to be the first one in a good while to make it happen.
Yeah, and I know that some of the coaches had reached out to me that they wanted to coordinate a 5K, but now that you're taking the initiative, I know that maybe inviting some of those coaches from, I think it was a track coach from high school that paid a visit to me, trying to get information on that. But anyway, so, and then you're putting together the color rain dash?
We're partnering, we're helping out with getting the park ready, but it's an event for the police department, but we're coordinating with them.
Okay, that's going to be that was a 2K or?
No, it's not, reason being, because we decided, or we think that the sidewalk is kind of narrow to have a good amount of people run through it.
Okay.
I don't want to get hurt, so this is more like a time, like they'll take off 1 by 1 or 2 by 2 to get around the park.
Oh, I see.
Because I believe the sidewalk is narrow. It was planned to have a 2K during the color dash, but in brainstorming, it is kind of, my opinion is kind of narrow. The sidewalks are narrow to have the amount of people running.
The mayor did it last year?
I couldn't keep up with the high schoolers. I asked one of the kids there, so what's your fastest time? He said, like 5.5 minutes or something.
Oh, my
I was priding myself in doing them in 7.5, 8. No, so yeah, make an H.
I'll make it.
I just remember that it took you like 10 minutes to recoup yourself.
Yeah, it did.
So, Mr. Trevino, is it true that all directors must do the 5K?
We'll try it. I mean, even if we walk.
I saw it one of the ordinances here.
One of the guys,
All
get ready.
directors will have to do it.
All right. So
We're gonna be at the water station.
One more question
Yes,
for
sir.
you, Mr. Marco. On the volleyball, is it for females only?
yes, sir.
Okay.
Right. This volleyball is spearheaded by one of the coaches in La Grulla. The Parks and Rec has the registrations, and they take care of all the scheduling, putting the teams together and everything. So the Parks and Rec just handles the registrations and the insurance for the individuals.
Okay, and these amounts that you put here, that's the money the city has been collecting so far?
That is correct.
So, almost $30,000?
That's correct, sir.
Wow.
So keep in mind, from that money for Pony, there's still registrations that we need to pay to the Pony League
Yes.
program. We need to pay insurance for each individual that participates in any sport. So that money also is being used for equipment for these individuals to enjoy the sport.
So I can definitely see that you are very organized with numbers. So one of the things that I would love to see, it's I don't know if the medals and the trophies, but maybe some kind of a nice prizes for the champions or something. I mean, you're gonna have obviously more than
No,
enough.
exactly, and I'm sure you were at the Winter League Baseball.
Oh, yes, yes.
Those trophies for first place, they were pricey because I believe these individuals practice day in, day out. They play hard, and they deserve something good. So it's a token of our appreciation for the coaches, the first place. It was a very nice trophy. Maybe next meeting I'll bring one so you could see them.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mr. Mark, the Pony League, do you have a starting date?
We are starting first week of April. We still missing some registrations, so I've already got with the coaches. We're missing one coach, and we finally got the last coach in today. So everything is organized. Our coaches are filled, players are filled. We just need to get the schedule going for the games to start.
How about basketball?
Basketball, we just started 2 weeks ago in registrations. I know we are starting also in April, first or second week of April. Basketball games will be on Mondays or Wednesdays. Mondays and Wednesdays, sorry.
Do we have anything to do with softball?
Softball, right now, today we start our men's softball league. It's the first game for our men's softball league starting today. We have a total of 6 teams, so we'll be using, I wish we could use Fort Ringos, but I need to fix the outfield for them. But we'll be using Basilio Field, Field 1, the big field.
Okay. Is there any co-ed softball? Or like, where it's
There
like
was a plan to get co-ed softball, but right now there was only 3 teams that had registered. Ideally, you would want 5 or 6 to have a good league. So I'm still gonna put it out there for registrations. Even if we start a little bit later, we'll do a co-ed.
How's the concession stand going?
Concession stand is going, it's keep running, everything is in place. I just need to order the snacks and drinks to have it up and to have it filled for day 1.
Okay. Okay, also, has a ice machine been moved from the old fire
No, sir.
department?
The reason being, because I wanted to get a key lock, because I know planning and other departments use it, and I didn't want to make different keys, so I'm getting a key lock where it's a PIN code to enter the door and get the ice machine.
Okay. Well, Mr. Mark, thank you for, working with what you got. I really want you to thank your employees, especially Mr. Adame, for making all these goalies or
Cost
because,
saving.
yeah, it's a cost saving, and I know in other years Parks and Recs was, I can pretty much say neglected, but I hope we can continue, because Parks and Recs, anywhere you go, it's something huge.
Yes.
Okay, so this is this is for the kids, for the community, and this is what's going to bring out our community on top.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And to add on top of that, one of the important things to remember is that we don't have those big entertainment venues that other bigger cities have. What we have for entertainment is the parks. So that's why we really want to promote the parks and have them up to par in every aspect that we can in all of these leagues, so that we can entertain our youth, keep them entertained, and so that we can promote some kind of entertainment for them. Because obviously, until we get those bigger venues, and we're trying to invite them, just as Mr. Barrera mentioned, we're trying to incentivize development as much as we can. But that's why the parks for this commission are very, very important, because we want to offer that. That's something that we can offer right now at this very moment to the community, and making them very presentable in a way that they can be used. I think it's going to definitely benefit the community. So thank you for all of your efforts.
Appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Trevino, one last thing. Do you have enough personnel to cover all these events?
We're making it happen. I know if you look at the overtime, it's one of our biggest
71.
expense, but the reason is because we weren't budgeted for these type of sports.
Okay.
But I think the revenue or the amount that's coming in next year, it's gonna hopefully I get more next year. So, but
Remember, we're still looking at the possibility to get a swimming pool
that's correct.
and a splash park. So we're
No,
gonna
yes.
have more stuff going on.
Absolutely, I know.
More to
and-
offer to the community. We just want to have stuff ready for them to the time that at least we get some entertainment. Like
You're absolutely right. I can't thank the crew enough. I mean, day in, day out, they make it happen. So big shout out to my crew, and thank you very much for what you guys do.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Barrera, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor, City Commissioners. Our unemployment rate continues at about 10.1. It hovers about 10.1. They didn't change much from January. This is the February. So jobs are still the unemployment is pretty high compared to the Valley, which is 6.2. The national average is 4.1. The EDC held their March meeting on Monday. We continue negotiations with potential investors that we cannot release the names yet So we're working on those at the St. Ives development. So we're working pretty hard to make sure those contracts get signed so we can bring some new investors into the St. Ives development. In the Old Town, we continue working with vacancies, areas that are vacant, for example, like the old Triple L, old LFD. So we kind of started energizing, working with our real estate partners to get the downtown filled so we don't let the Old Town fall apart. So if you notice, one of the buildings is being refurbished right now, an insurance agency which belongs to Ms. Patsy Garcia. So we're kind of looking at that to see how we transform an old into the new, but keeping the old facade there. So we're working on that one. On the west side, we continue with the McDonald's and the Little Caesars. McDonald's should be having their soft opening in a few weeks to be announced. And Little Caesars continues their construction on their drive-through windows and their ovens, so that should be another soft opening probably in the April timeframe. Those are the top three that I have. Pending your questions, I'll be following by the Public Utilities Department.
Yes, sir. The only thing that I would like to encourage the EDC is that they promote a program or start working on a program where we can start offering some incentives to renovate some of the downtown buildings. I think that we have discussed it at some
Yes.
point, but I don't think that we have implemented the program where we can offer some kind of an incentive so that they can remodel the buildings, make them look nice, presentable, so that we don't let them fall apart.
We do have a plan, and Ms. Yandetti will cover that part in the Main Street program.
Okay.
So she'll cover that portion about what you mentioned about the potential flip grants that we're planning to announce later on.
Very well.
But she'll cover that in her brief.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Pending your questions, I'll be followed by
on
the
that-
Public Utilities.
On that, Mayor, that could be done in stages as well, because one thing is just renovate the outside and at least to make it presentable. And if they have plans to do something in the inside as well we can do something for the interior too. So I think that should be very specific because most people, it's expensive right now to
It
do a
is.
remodeling. So especially if you do both exterior and interior. So if we can have something for the exterior and something for the interior, that could help, in my opinion. Because again, they also have a lot of, people have feelings for those buildings. They're old and a lot of people have a lot of memories there. So I'm pretty sure most of them will like to make them look nice. And if we can help, by all means, but please focus on that part.
We will.
Exterior,
Those
interior.
what we call the three grants that we offer right now. One of them is the booster grant, which is for the inside.
Yes.
We do have the facade, which is the face. And we're also looking at a new one called the sign grant. Instead of having a tarp as a sign, we're looking at having a grant for a real nice lighted up lights. So that's what we're working on right now, and I guess she's gonna brief that
Okay.
in a few minutes. So we'll have that conference on Friday, she'll talk about it.
Very well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right? I'll be followed by the Public Utilities Department.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Commission. Happy hump day, right? This is called it Wednesday. So I'm gonna give you a brief update on the Public Utilities Department. I'm gonna start off that I got the honor to work with Ms. Valeria on a spring segment that we did cleaning in the warehouse. I don't think the video's out yet, right? All right, okay, well, there it is. It's gonna be out today. So thank you for inviting us over. It's always fun to work and collaborate with other departments. A quick update on we installed, since our last commission meeting, we installed 4 new meters. And we have 3 this week coming up. We're pending 3 for the end of the week, which we're gonna focus on Dr. Ramirez Elementary, so which I have to coordinate after hours, because obviously we don't wanna disrupt the learning. And then followed by Walmart and HEB. And then we also installed, one of the initiatives that we are installing new lighting for our lift stations and our tanks. They're pitch black. We have no lighting at night, so we have to go out there and look at it and make some calls and stuff. We want to make sure for safety reasons, so our workers have lighting and everything. So we're tackling those lift stations as we go. And we also, as Mr. Director Trevino shared, we installed a new fire hydrant for the Fort Ringo County Park. And the one right there, we're supposed to start it today, but we just got a leak going on. But we're gonna start for Mr. Al Lopez Plaza right before Los Pinos. There's a new plaza there, so we're gonna install the hydrant there as well. And we're gonna continue. Some good news on the received bid package for Monroe. Actually, it's actually got posted today in the town crier and our webpage for bid already. So I know that's been a big one that we've been working on, and we finally got it where we need to be, and we're going to take it from there. So I wanted to share that great news. And also, we also got the sludge, I know the last council meeting, an update on the sludge removal. We already started the process, the bid process is already going on. It's been about a week or so in that process as well.
Very well, sir.
Any questions, gentlemen? Ma'am?
No, sir. No, thank you so much for everything that you have done.
Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Mayor, Commission, I will be reporting for the Personnel Department. She's working on our paycheck, so nobody wanted to take her out of the office. But I asked her for some notes. She wanted to mention that she participated in the EDC and Workforce Employer Expo. We had some job openings, and that resulted in 60 applications. Also, as part of our compliance with IRS, we needed to submit the health forms electronically for all the employees, so this was something new for her. She worked with the Affordable Care Act transmitter control code for both city and EDC employees. That was due at the end of this month, and happy to report that that was submitted on March 17th. So we're in full compliance with IRS. All those tax documents got submitted, so we're good to go with that. And on the topic of personnel matters, I'd like to introduce at this time, we added a animal control director, Mr. Elin Gonzalez. You can come up here and say a few words. I know he hit the ground running and has a report for us already, so I'll pass it on to him.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Commission, Marty.
Hello.
So for the month of March, the past 2 weeks, we averaged about 15 to 20 calls a day, and we recovered anywhere from dead carcasses, animal dead carcasses throughout the town. Loose livestock, we had some loose cattle and some loose horses. We had a couple of aggressive dogs also, dog cases that we responded. The community was kind of concerned because when their kids were going out to the buses, the dogs were kind of approaching the kids, so we set up a couple of traps, and we have them in custody right now, the dogs. As the upcoming projects, we are in the process of expanding the kennels. We have a total of 10 kennels right now. So we're going to add an additional 10, so that'll be a total of 20 kennels. We also have we're going to add some offices for the staff, some computers, new computers for the staff for report writing. We're going to have a space for visiting vets. Whenever we want to conduct a spade and neuter event, we're going to have a little area there, a little clinic. We're also going to add some storage. And we're going to have an area also for our community to, if they ever want to go and adopt a dog, they're going to have a little area where they can walk the dog or cat, whatever they want to adopt. We're also going to attend a seminar in Laredo, myself and all the staff, and this is going to be a bat and rabies that was approved by Mr. Milan this coming week. So,
And all of this is going to happen at the 14 acres?
all this is at 14 acres by Eisenhower.
Right.
Yeah, I met up with 3 different companies. They went out to the place, and they're going to give me an estimate on the scope of work.
Right.
And then once I have that, I'm going to present it to you all and see, from which one of y'all are going to.
How many individuals are assisting you?
Right now, I have two officers,
Okay.
two non-commissioned animal control officers.
They're not commissioned?
They're not commissioned, yes.
Okay.
So I am the only one that is commissioned. So anything that has to do with animal abuse, animal cruelty, I'm going to personally investigate that. And if we need to follow up with any type of charges.
I think one of the things that we need to be addressing is that we need an independent department for animal control. And I know that obviously you're new, but this is something to start thinking in the future, because there's a lot of concerns that we get from the community, and we want to make sure that they're getting addressed. And the way to address them, I think, is if we have some specified individuals that are going to be taking care of the community's needs. And I think that having a department is the way to go. We've done it in the past, I think, but there's been a lot of complaints and people, well, I know, it's a big city, and we need more personnel to be able to address
Correct.
all of the needs, and that's what we want to start doing. So if you could start looking into that,
Absolutely, sir.
brainstorming, bringing us some ideas
Yes,
about
sir.
that. And thank you for taking the initiative to address a lot of these needs that are well overdue.
Totally agree.
Mayor,
Totally
if
agree.
I may add,
Yes, sir.
for the community, this is another first time ever. We had a division of animal control under the Rio PD and the planning department at some point, but now we have a full-time director, peace officer, investigator, that will take care of animal cruelty cases. Again, first time ever. We had some investigations in the past, but now for the benefit of the community, and now you have somebody full-time, and like you said, this is a director, an independent division, and there's improvements to be done at the existing kennels for all kinds of activities, future activities.
Right.
So once again, first time ever, we have a full-time dedicated investigator to the animal control department now.
That is correct. I am still going to be commissioned through the police department.
Right.
But we're in the process of transitioning to our own department, hopefully in the future.
Right.
And it kind of was bouncing around to the code enforcement, and then it came back to the PD. Now this is what the vision that Mr. Milana has, that create its own department.
Right, and it's a great initiative because, like I said, there's a lot of needs that are way overdue that need to be addressed.
And Mr. Gonzalez has expressed interest on taking care of these initiatives, and kudos to that. Again, for the benefit of the community, first time ever, animal control department.
Mr. Gonzalez, I
Thank
have a question for you. Well,
Yes, sir.
first of all, congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Guerrero.
And you said you're gonna do 10 more kennels, right?
That is correct.
But in reality, the size of our city requires 20, 30, 40? How many? To be honest with you.
I mean, we can have 50 or 100 kennels.
Okay,
But I think in order to control the problem, to control the population that we have right now with the dogs, the spade and neuter is the route to go.
yes,
Because, I mean, you can have 100 kennels and you're gonna fill them up
yes.
quick.
Well, so I know what we approved the spay and neuter vouchers 2 months ago, right? 3 months ago.
Yes, sir.
So do you think we're ready to
Yes.
approve the next
Yes.
batch?
Then that's, yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
okay, so just let Mr. Milan know about that, and if you feel that maybe 20 is not gonna be enough and you need to go to 30, I don't think this commission will say no. Anything for the animals, we're here because that was a huge problem, and we wanna fix it, at
Sure.
least control it, and if we can fix it, that will be great. But
Absolutely.
it's about awareness. It's about having this new department that you're starting, and have the full support from the police is huge, because I don't know, have you know if we have ever done like a criminal investigation on animal cruelty, or never?
We have
We have?
one or two cases, but not,
Ever?
this is gonna be now strictly, strictly assigned to animal control. So
Okay.
this is great for our community.
So please,
Yes.
please be very fair, and whatever it needs to be done in order to stop it, that will be huge, because
Absolutely.
this is what this community needs, and if we do not defend those little animals, who will? So
Absolutely.
please, do not even think about, hey, we're gonna let it go because,
Right.
no,
Right.
not
Well,
in.
Our furry friends are a part of our community, so we gotta protect them. Absolutely,
Yes.
yes.
Well, good job and congratulations
Thank you,
again.
sir. Thank you.
As far as the kennels, Mr. Solis, hadn't we bought 50 kennels that we were gonna use? And did we have them somewhere with them?
We did purchase some kennels, and me and Gonzalez here have been talking about what they can use those
Okay.
items for.
Mr. Gonzalez, do we have the tools to get the dogs and have?
Yes, we do.
Do we have them now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you for taking this initiative, because I know it's gonna have some challenges, like the mayor said.
Correct.
And you're probably gonna end up needing more personnel.
Absolutely.
The only thing I can recommend here is we're gonna start charging and make sure the policies and procedures are up to date. I know because they're very outdated.
That is
so-
something that I want to meet with Marty, because I
Yeah.
think the ordinance, the last mayor, I looked into the ordinance and it was signed by Kevin Howes back in early
Yes.
2000 when, so we have to, I want to,
Yeah,
I'm in the
correct.
process of
So,
sitting down with Marty and going
perfect.
over the
And
policy.
that's one of the main goals. I think the first thing we need to start is the policies and procedures before
Absolutely, sir.
we continue.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Good job.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, Mayor Commissioners. I'll be
Mr.
presenting the monthly report for the Finance Department. Starting off with property taxes, we have collected 78% of our total tax levy, current tax levy, which is normal. We normally collect around 87, 88% for the year. The bulk of the collections has already been done. Sales taxes, I got to inform that after a historic collection from February, kind of slowed down a little bit in March. We were a little bit lower than last year, actually $4,000 less than last year. Still a good number, but not as high as last month and the previous years. On the revenues and expenditures, we are staying within budget on our expenditures. We're working with every department to try to maintain their departments within budget for the end of the year, working closely with them every month. I do want to commend Mr. Trevino for doing an excellent job. I know he's bringing in a lot of money and staying within budget in his department. He's able to do the magic over there. I don't know how he's doing it, but he's doing a great job out there. So, like he said, we'll be talking for his overtime next year. I know he's going to need it, so.
Exactly.
And he actually needs it right now, but he's doing the magic, like I said. PUD, 361,000 billed more in revenues compared to last year in the first 5 months. Those are all, I guess, on the new meters that we've installed. Mr. Flores continues to install new meters on the commercial side, so all those are helping us collect the unbilled water that was going to waste in the past, so.
Those meters have been paid.
Yeah, they've already paid by themselves, actually. On other news, we received 2.5 million USD grant funds yesterday. We had been awarded those, I believe, in 2022. So we finally received the funds. We've already paid for all those funds, so we finally got reimbursed. We'll start seeing the interest generate there for those funds. Our audit is 90% complete. We won't have the audit for presentation this month, but we'll definitely present it next month. We'll have a draft by the end of the month so we can submit it and be in compliance. And that's about it for me. I don't know if you have any questions.
I do have a question, sir, and we have been discussing these, and because we notice it, once, everybody thinks that, oh, it's a city job, let's build them all the way up there. But we can see it now with what Mr. Trevino is doing in the Parks and Recs. I mean, a $10,000 quote, and he's doing it for 600.
Right.
So I think that should be the mentality that this city should take on everything. Not because we're a city and we have funds, we're gonna spend them like if we don't know what really the cost is. And another example is just the remodeling of the city chambers, the kitchen that we had over there. We have several quotes, Mayor, for 3 times more than what we really wanted to pay, and we knew that it was that amount, an estimation. So thank you, Mr. Milan, for taking care of all those quotes and making sure you do not pay for what we don't have to pay. That's another way of savings. Remember, the savings is in the purchase, and so thank you also to you, Mr. Leonel, for taking care of that and making sure like we don't get ripped. That's what we do not want to have, that mentality that yeah, it's a city and it's not our money, expend it. Yeah,
Right.
That's not the way we think, and I think we're doing a good job. But of course, it's gonna take some time. But in the near future, we want to see that all departments have that mentality. Hey, let's see if we can get it for a better price. And there's always a better price. We've done many remodelings and constructions in the past, so we can give you some advice on that as well.
Right, and the department heads are the experts in their department, so we ask them for at minimum of 3 quotes on everything that they're gonna do or purchase. So, I mean, they've been doing a good job of that. I know in some cases, it's hard to find the 3 quotes. For some type of vendors, there's not enough here locally, so they have to go out in the valley also and get some quotes.
Right. And like I said, like Mr. Trevino is doing it, all the directors need to start getting creative and start looking at it as if it was your own money, because that's the way I look at it. You know, sometimes I look at some of these quotes and they're ridiculously high. And I'm thinking there's absolutely no way that this kind of work is that much money. You know, they see the name that it's a city, the one requesting the quotes, and they provide a huge bill. But we don't have to pay that. And some of the things, if we can do them in-house, I would like to encourage everybody to do it. Like, if we can have some savings, we can have some money for bigger bonuses for the personnel, for the directors, you know. If we save money on some of the things, rather than spending, we were talking about a quote earlier, and I'm thinking, can't we do this? I would rather use those $17,000, $18,000 that we're gonna use in this project and get it and perhaps put it on an individual budget where we can use it for bonuses, for the directors, for the people, for, I don't know, for you guys, because you guys are the ones that are doing all the heavy lifting. So I would like for your efforts to get rewarded. You know, everybody's contributing to the city, and I would like to try to save as much money as we can within reason, right? There's things that we simply cannot accomplish because we don't have the expertise, but there's a lot of things where we can have some savings, but at the same time keep track of that so that at the end of the year we can provide some more bonuses, we can provide some money to the personnel and take care of the people that have taken care of the city.
Exactly. I
So
know
to
Mr.
me,
Milan.
that's my mentality.
Right, Mr. Milan, myself, and Ms. Hernandez, we've been preaching that to every department as well. I mean, try to save us some money and let's put that money to better use, not just pay for the first quarter. I mean, get creative like Mr. Trevino is doing. I mean,
Right,
stuff
and
like
one of
that.
the things that I would like to encourage you and Mr. Milan to start thinking is we need to have a few individuals that are well versed in construction.
Right.
Where they could provide some maintenance to our buildings so that they can be upkept, so that if we need an additional sidewalk or things like that, that are minor things that we should be able to take care of that. I mean, we should be able to have some individuals within the city that know construction. You know, where if we need to fix some lighting, we have an electrician. If we need to fix, obviously minor jobs, right?
Yeah.
But if we need to provide maintenance to a building, we don't have to wait until it's completely deteriorated and then go out for bids, and then it's gonna be $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 to repair the building, when we could have had some individuals, some employees, provided maintenance. It's gonna be an expense, right? But we wanna keep the city completely as beautiful as we can, you know, including the buildings, everything. The city, it's the pinnacle. It should represent something beautiful, something that we're proud of.
Exactly.
Exactly. A perfect example of what the mayor is saying is like Mr. Adame. He's a welder. He's welding those. So that's, I mean, having personnel, construction that's very well-rounded, I mean, that's going to help the department. And kudos to all the department heads, because I know Public Works has been helping, collaborating with Parks and Recs and making the fields better. I know I like seeing you guys working together, and I think teamwork, and I think that's one of the things that we were lacking. And I commend you guys for working with each other, making things done.
When you brought it up, Mayor, about having somebody that is good for everything, and I brought it up to Mr. Milan and Ms. Sara, and Ms. Sara brought something very important as well, is when we go for bids, all those companies need to be bonded, so it takes more time, and that's one of the reasons they charge more for cities. But if we have somebody, like for right now, the perfect example, and it's happening right now, I went to the city just a couple of minutes ago, and so I look at the stucco and I look up there, and it needs a lot of maintenance right now. Some parts of our building are orange instead of the color that needs to be. I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, if you put it for bids, they're gonna charge $30,000-$40,000 in a comparison. If we have somebody that is good on everything, I mean, we can do it for $6,000-$7,000. A whole renovation of our building. That's our landmark. That's where we conduct our business. The city, that's where everything happens. That's where we have a whole city running, and that's one of the main reasons the mayor also wanted to remove that kitchen, because for us, it was embarrassing. And I mean, I'm glad we got it at a very good deal, but if we compare the three bids, or how many quotes did you get?
If I may add, to that, I mean, we had a bid for $90,000, one for $41,000, one for $32,000. This one, we got it for $15,000. So unfortunately, you're right, Mayor, you know, it's good help, it's hard to find, and the minute they see the city, they stack up all the costs they want to put. But then once you find, you know, qualified person, and you know, you get a better value, then you know,
Let's
you hire.
focus on finding one person that is good on everything, like some plumbing, some electricity, and some to do stuff with painting and all that.
Actually, the same individual, I already told him, but maybe give us a quote on the stucco outside for the city, and maybe a sidewalk for the EDC chambers.
Right, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we conducted the most fundamental business within City Hall.
Yeah.
And that building should be in pristine condition. It should reflect that.
Yeah, also to add, our city mechanic, in-house mechanic, has saved us thousands of dollars.
Yes,
So that is
was
correct.
another
Yes,
good catch.
that is true.
I was just gonna mention that one, but the mechanic's doing an excellent job. He's identifying problems that the vehicles have. He tells us if we need to take it out or if he can fix it himself. I know we purchased the parts at O'Reilly, at Gonzalez, all the local auto parts, so we're giving business to everybody, and he's doing an excellent job at saving us a lot of money.
He wanted to be a cop, we didn't let him be a cop. You know.
Chief? Yeah, and like you mentioned, Mayor, I mean, all the funds go back into them. I mean, we started paying them at a certain price. He started saving us a lot of money. He wanted to become a cop, like Mr. Milan says.
No.
We
We'll
actually,
pay more
Mr.
than
Milan
a
offered
cop.
him a raise, and he stayed as a mechanic, so.
Right, I mean, if we take care of the city should take care of the personnel.
Right.
That's the way I see it. You know, if you're breaking your back for your city, the city should do the same for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. During Christmas, remember, Mr. Milan decided to give that bonus to you all.
That is true, yes.
And that was based on savings. So if we can double it, imagine, right?
Again, yeah, you're right. The offer still stands. Obviously, the more money we save, the more we can give them bonuses. You guys deserve it.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry, we took a little bit longer, but
I'll be quick. Miss Kathy Rubio couldn't be with us today due to a conflicting schedule, so she is working on an event that'll be taking place together with the library at the museum tomorrow, which is Stories in Time, Art History, and Verse. We had a visit from General Ricardo Sanchez during the week, so they're working together with the EDC for something for possibly Memorial Day. But we have a room in our museum dedicated to Mr. Sanchez, so he likes to go out there. It was spring break. He got to take his grandkids out there, so luckily everything was still intact, and he's planning on bringing additional items so that we can exhibit there. So we still have quite a few tourists coming in. I know there's a tour today, actually, so one of their stops is there at the museum. So we're doing some improvements there, applying for grants. We know that we need to paint the exterior, do some landscaping in the courtyard, so
yes,
we have a lot of work to do.
yeah, that
there.
building needs to be renovated.
Yes.
And it's
Yes, so through our Texas Main Street, we're part of that group of individuals. They have a design team, so I'm planning on sending some photographs of the building so that they can give us some renderings with some possibilities of how we can improve, but keep the historic charm.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Commission.
Good
I'm
afternoon,
going to
ma'am.
go ahead and give a recap of events happening this week. This Friday, we will be hosting the Main Street Workshop, event aimed at fostering the revitalization and growth of our downtown area. This event has been advertised on the city page, and it's open to the public. We are expecting about 20 individuals, including our Main Street Advisory Board and the Historic Preservation Board as well. The downtown market will be running this week. I am excited to share that we have over 40 vendors signed up already, and a few more expected to join during these coming days. In addition to the great selection of food and craft vendors, we're also thrilled to announce that a group of talented young ladies from the Roma High School will be performing at the event. This event will take place at Burden Avenue, Saturday, March 22nd from 6 to 10 p.m. I am also thrilled to share we have recently completed a beautiful new landscaping update to the Tijerina courtyard, and the transformation is already visible. Looking ahead, our next step will include painting the courtyard to further enhance its aesthetic and providing air conditioning to restrooms if possible. And these improvements will continue to elevate the space for everyone to enjoy, of course.
Thank you.
So that's what we have right now for the Main Street program. Any questions?
How's
Yes,
how's
sir.
the trolley trips to Roma and
We
how's
have
that going?
we have our next heritage tour tomorrow. So this is going to be our second one. We had one last month. This is our second one. We're offering these tours every month. So I did get a call earlier today, someone asking for more information on that. I explained how these are only once a month. So we have about 23, 24 for tomorrow for that one. We can accommodate about 30. So hopefully we can come up with another date for the following month to offer that tour again. And right now I'm going to be stepping out early because we have a regular tour at 1:30.
Very well. Nice. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Commission.
Good afternoon.
So I'll be reporting on behalf of the Public Relations Department. So for the last 2 weeks, I'd like to mention that 2 spring cleaning segments have been completed. One with Planning Department and the last one with Public Utilities that will go up today. We have been collecting sponsorships for the State of the City and Freedom Fest. So we've already created a Freedom Fest sponsorship packet that we've put out, and we've been giving out to businesses and people who might be interested in partaking in the event. Also for State of the City, we're reaching out to our vendors. I have worked a lot with Mr. Flores from our Public Utilities Department. He's helped out to reach out to a lot of the vendors. The commission has also helped pitching in ideas for who can help and bring in sponsorships. So it's a team effort. This is not on my own. And I like to announce that we already have 1/3 of the estimated cost for State of the City in pledges. Also, another lunch break podcast recording will be going up today with Unidos contra la Diabetes with our communications coordinator, Melinda Gomez. And some of the events attended lately was the 104th birthday for Gregorio Gonzalez, and that was a great event. We were all happy to be there, and it was great to partake in such a special and memorable event for our community and for our citizens. The Edinburgh State of the City address that we had the honor to attend, the Twisted Sisters grand opening, and then this morning, Springing into Good Health. So we were happy to have Mayor Falcon there. It was great. It was a health event, a health fair for our senior citizens. So we were really happy about that. And what to expect in April. So the month of March has been focused on showcasing our departments, keeping our city clean, and showcasing the individuals who are hard at work to keep our city clean. But the PR department is excited to continue the spring cleaning up until the first week of April. We'll be closing out that segment with our trash bash. Yes. So that'll be the first week of April. And we'll continue after that with promoting our Easter events, especially Easter at the Park. So we'll be having a few activities, and we'd like the community to participate. So we'll make it fun and interactive for everyone. And that is all for my report. I don't know if anyone has any questions, concerns, comments.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you so
you.
much.
Thank you all very
Thank you.
much.
I think that concludes the reports, correct, Mr.
Yes,
Milan?
Mayor.
Okay.
Nobody reported. I just wanted to comment, Mayor, that the figure for the municipal court, I noticed that it's significantly higher than last month, and I just want to commend the municipal court judge and the staff for that. for
That
making
is
happen.
correct. Yes, sir. Let me see.
It's 39, so I think last time was like 24 or something.
That is correct, yes. Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
moving forward to the item number 2 being the consent agenda. A, approval of minutes from previous meetings. And I'm going to do this, I'm going to ask that it be done in one motion.
Yes.
And it's going to be A, approval of action taken at the meeting of the City Commission, regular meeting held on Tuesday, June 11th, 2024. That's from last year, okay.
It should have been, I think it should.
Is it,
Oh, June.
is this from?
It's correct, it's just that they were not done.
Okay. Approval of a joint workshop between City Commission and Rio Grande City EDC 4B Board of Directors held on Thursday, February 13, 2025. Approval of action taken at the meeting of the City Commission, regular meeting held on Thursday, February 27, 2025. Approval of action taken at the meeting of the EDC Board held on Thursday, January 23, 2025. Approval of action taken at the meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting held on Tuesday, February 25th, 2025. And approval of action taken at the meeting of the Historic Preservation Commission held on Thursday, March 6, 2026.
Mr. Mayor, if there are no objections, I move that we approve item 2A, subsection A, B, C, D, E, and F as presented.
Mayor, my apologies. I'd like to move to A to executive session for discussion subject to the.
Okay, can we amend the motion and
Yes, I
include?
move that we approve item 2A, subsection B, C, D, E, and F as presented,
Okay, and saving,
saving item
A.
A for executive session.
A second.
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Moving forward to the consent agenda, item 2B, approval of department travel requests. Do we have any, Mr. Bila?
We have?
For travel requests, there is an annual TML training happening during the month of May. So we needed to submit some registrations and do a room block for that. So that's what you'll see under travel requests.
Is that the one that's going to be in South Padre?
Yes. So they'll give us legislative updates, and there's different competitions and recognitions, and they give updates on information specifically for municipalities.
Mayor, I move to approve 2B as requested.
I second.
Motion has been seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. It's been approved. Oh, you know what? Hold on just a second before we move forward. And never mind.
I did have a question though, Mayor.
Yes, sir.
If I may, I know that we've already voted on it. Is that, does the hotel tax correct in the rooms? It's like for the rooms for 2 nights, it's one, you know, the figure, and then it's like a third of it is for hotel tax. Is that accurate?
I think Lynette worked on that, and what happens at the island is they have a state, local, and
Okay.
they have several taxes.
So that's how they make their money?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I have a lot of tourism dollars over there.
And just wanted to confirm, you didn't book a room for me, right?
Correct.
Okay, yeah. All right. Thank you. All right. Any other questions, Mr. Olivares?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, moving to item 3, ordinance A, approval of second reading of ordinance number 2025-02, requiring permits for door-to-door sale activities within the city limits of Rio Grande City.
Good afternoon, Mayor. This is the second reading for this ordinance. It will be known as door-to-door solicitation ordinance. The purpose is to protect the privacy and the safety and the well-being of the residents by regulating commercial door-to-door solicitation. We went through legal, the planning department, and city manager's office. Everything was corrected. It's going to show time and what they need to, requirements for them to get a permit for it.
Okay.
Like, for example, like kids that are fundraising, selling chocolate bars, so they wouldn't have to go through
They
this
wouldn't
permit?
have to.
Okay.
This is going to be for commercial
Commercial.
vendors and...
Commercial, yes, sir.
Okay. Very well.
If I may, this is in response to the recent complaints about people selling, what is it, solar panels and insurance and we have got all the way to complaints about people
Electric
trying to
companies.
do the doorknob, trying to open the doorknob and even after dark and that's unacceptable. The community feels unsafe by people doing so.
Right.
Again, this will regulate the times they can be out there in the field.
Very well.
Thank you.
Thank you. To approve item 3E as presented.
3A?
3A, sorry.
Okay.
I second the motion.
Motion has been second. Any questions, concerns?
Good job.
All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Moving to item 3B, approval of second reading of ordinance number 2025-03, regulating the parking of heavy and commercial trucks within residential and commercial areas of Rio Grande City.
Mayor, Commission.
Chief? Yes, sir.
This ordinance is a second reading as well. This would give us guidelines on parkings of 18-wheelers, hot shots, buses, any vehicle over 10,000 pounds, parking in our neighborhoods. A lot of times we have them parking in alleyways, parking side of the road, taking up a lot of space. So when we do have emergencies through these neighborhoods, it's kind of tough to get in there. So this would be an ordinance where it would not allow these types of vehicles to be parked on the roadway or any public portion that belongs to the city or the state.
Very well.
The fines, they're not too extreme, but the first fine, not less than $100, not more than 200. Second fine within 12 months, less than 200. Third fine would be not less than 350, not more than 500. But every single day that the vehicle is parked is a violation.
An individual violation.
An individual violation.
Okay. Very well.
Okay, Chief, on this one, it's another awareness type of ordinance. The community needs to know, they need to understand that this is what well-organized cities are doing, and it's for the betterment of everybody, and also for safety. Remember, safety is a priority, and those long 40-foot flatbeds or trailers parked there, I know it's sometimes tough, so let's keep them aware and give them some time to understand that this is happening and it's gonna be enforced. So based on the decision of if it passes, right? So just please, the way you did it with the traffic light, very good job to you, Valeria, that was perfect.
Thank you.
So because we were having so many accidents, and have we had any after that?
Thankfully not.
So maybe it worked.
Yeah, so we will educate our community before enforcing any ordinances.
Very well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
Mayor, I move to approve item 3B as presented.
Second.
Second, any questions from anybody? All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Item 3C, approval of first reading of ordinance number 2025-04 that prohibits smoke shops that sell tobacco products, vaping devices, and related paraphernalia from operating within 1,000 feet of any school.
Yes, Mayor, this is another ordinance that we're trying to push regarding the vaping and smoke within 1,000 feet from a school. I'm trying to advise illegal, maybe we could add daycares and churches within this guideline also. So this is a first reading, and we'll go before the next meeting, we'll have everything straightened out for you.
Very well, sir. Thank you.
I move that we approve item 3C as presented.
Question? I'm sorry, second?
Yes, sir.
Questions, concerns? All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We move forward to item 4, resolution. A discussion of possible action to approve resolution number 2025-14, a resolution accepting the gift of a static display ultralight aircraft from Richard Garza for restoration and display as a public monument.
Mayor, Commissioner, yeah, this is an approval, seeking approval for resolutions that's needed to proceed on with the deed of gift to acquire an aircraft so we can use it more as a signage out at the airport. We did speak to Mr. Garza, Richard Garza, and he's willing to donate it as long as we just follow the
Yes, sir.
procedures.
This is the aircraft that was in the hangar?
Inside the
Right.
hangar. It's currently there right now.
I move that we approve item 4A.
Second?
I second.
Has been second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. 4B, discussion and possible action to approve Resolution 2025-15, a resolution approving the submission of a grant application for the Operation Lone Star 2025 grant program.
Mayor, Commission, pleased to announce that we did apply for our Operation Lone Star grant. This is the first time that we've been able to apply for it. We're applying for a total of $840,098 with 80 cents. There is no cash match. If approved, this would cover overtime, replacement of all our radios, and 3 patrol units. Of course, if they do approve it, they might fluctuate the money of how much we get allocated.
So that can be the max? The 840 is the max?
No, there is a minimum, there's no max. But with the quotes that I received for replacement of all radios, 3 patrol units, and the overtime, that's the amount that we came up with.
And this is the first time that we applied for this grant?
Correct. We were not allowed due to some rules that they had.
Well, thank you so much, Chief, for being proactive and seeking out these grants. I know that they make a huge difference for the enforcement of our legal department and our law enforcement, right? But thank you so much. This is a great initiative. I commend you for being out there and being proactive in seeking grants. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
With that, Mayor, I move that we approve item 4B.
Second?
Second.
Has been second. All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. 4C, discussion and possible action to approve Resolution 2025-16, designating the acceptance of state and federal funds for the Border State Infrastructure Project Off-System for International Drive, AFA.
Mayor, Commission, in addition to the AFA, we must pass a resolution that will accompany that agreement so that we can accept funds from this, at the state and federal level in the amount of $4 million for international drug.
Very well. Do we have a motion?
I move to approve item 4C as presented.
Second.
Second, discussion, questions?
No.
All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 5, contracts and agreements. A, discussion and possible action regarding the approval of expenditures and contracts valued less than $50,000 but more than $5,000 that comply with or are exempt from Section 252.0215 of the Local Government Code.
Mayor, the first one is administration is a payment to that remodel at the kitchen.
Right.
For Vasquez Construction for $15,000.
Oh, and then we have the electrical, that's for the lighting at the park,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir. This was the updated and final quote from the electrician. The work schedule is prepared for AEP to drop the electrical needed, so this is for the electrician.
Okay, very well, sir.
Keep in mind that this code, even with the update, was lower than the other 2 codes that were submitted.
Right, okay.
You said 6 or 8 lights?
It's going to be a total of 8 lights.
8 lights.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Flores?
Mayor and Commission, it's our monthly bills, for the exception of one that we've been utilizing, Falcone Septic to help out, but it's an invoice of 2 months of jobs, 7 jobs actually, from January to February. Our backcon is in the shop right now, so we're getting it out. I did go with our city mechanic. We got guidance. He checked it out, did as much as he could on it. He recommended that we take it out for certain service on the transmission and on the boom, which is used to suck the water out of we're hydro excavating and everything. And the regular ones the other ones are our monthly bills, sir.
Okay. Who's this McGuire Iron?
That's the contract that we had since 2020, so the services are tanks.
Okay. What tanks are these?
Our water tanks, sir.
Ah.
Yes, I'm sorry, yes.
Okay. And how often does this guy or this company come into
What
service
happened
the
there,
tanks?
Mayor, is they will do the job. It's kind of like you pay like in payments, and that's what's happening. Quarterly, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, all right.
Mr. Flores, on this one, but good job on catching the extra charge we were getting for the sludge.
Yes, sir.
So maybe,
We're gonna be saving some money there. Hopefully, so God willing, we're gonna be saving money there too.
yes, hopefully you can do something similar to these, with these vendors. Maybe
Yes.
we're getting an extra charge and we don't know.
Definitely, sir.
So if you can take one per week and see, just ask around, with other cities or other friends that you might know, or the other companies, hey, how much do you charge based on the amount of gallons that they come and clean for us, or they do service for us. So please, if you can do that and maybe have a report for Mr. Milan whenever you can.
Definitely.
And if you can save some money, the more we save, the better for you.
Definitely, no, the better for the organization itself. Definitely.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I noticed, Mr. Flores, that a couple of the invoices, at least two, I think there were three, from Mr. Falcon, state that the problem was caused by excess wipes. Does he mean those wipes that say that they're flushable?
Yes, sir, that is correct, sir.
Could we do a PR thing where, because I know that you read on the package that they're
Yes.
flushable, but they're not.
But
Yes.
They cause all kinds of problems.
That is correct, sir. They're not flushable, sir. They do damage our lift stations, our main lift stations. And we have promoted in the past, we have done on Facebook, on the webpage, just promoting not to use wipes, but people, exactly what they say when I talk to them in my office, or whatever, any conversation.
Do you read it
But
there?
it says right there, it's flushable, so I'm gonna, but
It's not.
it's not, it damages.
Well,
And we showed them
you go
pictures.
after these
And no,
companies.
definitely.
And not only us, they damage their own plumbing.
Yeah, and I'll share that is correct, sir. My mother-in-law lives in New Braunfels. She bought an older home and right into an installation, they had to plumbing, sir, but all it was wipes of the previous household and themselves as well, because they were not educated. They were not aware of it. They go based on the
And of course, they're just
label.
going by what's
Yes.
there, but maybe we need to do a little bit more. to
Definitely, I'll do more
promote.
PR out there, sir, and get the message out
And
there.
it's-
Educate our community more.
Yeah, and it is expensive. I have two daughters at home, and every 2-3 months I have to call the plumber because of either those wipes or just paper.
They love leaving the water open, so when they take a shower, I know that, and they left the
Yes,
flush
but
wipes.
yes,
I agree with you there.
What Commissioner Olivares mentioned, that's the key. Awareness.
And it's really educate our community, and I have done it, but we're gonna go at it again. Definitely.
Yes.
Any other questions, gentlemen?
No, sir,
Oh, I'm
thank
sorry.
you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I was looking at this.
Ms. Norma?
Good afternoon again, Mayor and Commission.
Good afternoon,
So for the expansion of the library project, we did get some quotes. We need some architectural services to work on the actual design. We are recommending Emiliano Amaro Jr. We did get 3 quotes. With his services, we'll get an MEP design, structural design with an engineering seal, and a 3D building design.
Okay, let me see. And you think this Emiliano is the most complete,
Yes, sir. And I did meet with Mr. Milan and Ms. Hernandez, and this is who we are proposing.
Where is this company from? You know?
Harlingen?
Yes.
That's just from Harlingen, so. And let me see, there was another quote. Oh, we have the other one, Corner Serve Buildings. Let me see, where's this one from?
And Ramirez Construction.
Ms. Hernandez, on this one, to be in compliance, do we need those MEPs for that type of building, or can we do it just with a regular site plan and for floor plan, like the way it's done, that's also for Mr. Tony.
We're gonna have to go out for competitive
Yeah,
bid,
yeah, I'm looking at it.
because based on a cost estimate to do the actual work that
There's
Ms.
one
Norma
for
received, it was in around 200,000.
And then there's
or
one
so.
under
So
1,900
anything
bucks.
over 50,000, we have to
Yes.
quickly procure. So we're going to need specific plans so that it is fair, that every contractor knows exactly what we're planning on doing there to the building, because if not, we're gonna get different quotes for different type of work.
Okay, Mr. Tony, I have a question for you. is the city required to have this exact 3D plan and the MEPs for this specific building? Or what kind of building can we do in order only to have the regular cost of proposal of 1950?
Well, the city does not require 3D plans.
Okay,
And on the MEPs, it's usually over 5,000 square foot.
okay,
But in this case, through finance, because it's an over $50,000 project,
yes.
they needed to have specifications on what products and what materials they're going to use at the buildings.
Okay, because obviously, Ms. Hernandez, $200,000, it's out of the question. For that kind of building that you need, I personally went myself, and it's basically just an extension of
Which
what
is
you
why
have.
we wanted specifics, because then we're gonna end up wasting time
Yeah.
getting bids that aren't.
Yeah, but I mean, with specifics, if we go over $50,000, right?
Yes, because this is gonna be a standalone building.
Yes.
It's not going to be an extension.
Okay, standalone building. So, okay, is there a way that we can do it in two phases, Mr. Milan?
Yes.
You
And-
can't
and
break
not-
up the project. The project, if you do it in two phases, if it's over 50,000, it's
Yeah, but
gonna
I
meet
mean,
the
if we do it in two
procurement
phases,
process.
less than 50,000 each, because the
You have
200
to combine it, so legally, they don't
Okay.
let you phase it out so that
Okay.
you can eliminate the process of procurement.
I see. And
It has to be taken, even if, we've had the option of, well, you all buy the material and we'll do the labor.
Yes,
It's taken as a project as a whole.
okay, and on the floor plans, Mr. Tony, he didn't provide the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing?
It was a complete building, yes, sir.
So,
Yes,
but
it is.
the other one, the Ramirez Construction and Design LLC,
Well, in that case, Mr. Ramirez mentioned that he couldn't do the stamp and seals because it's going through
Yes.
a bidding project.
okay.
But if it was in any other situation, any other projects, he could be acceptable.
Okay, so in this other Emiliano, he didn't provide a floor plan?
No,
Only
everything,
the seals and all that?
he's gonna provide, I think I mentioned he's gonna provide the design, the floor plan, and all the MAPs. But before the city gives the approval to move forward with the floor plans, we needed to get an estimate.
We'll discuss it more.
Yeah. We can.
Okay, thank you, appreciate it. Is that the only questions that we have on those, Mr. Milan, on those expenses over
Yes.
5,000?
Yes.
Okay,
Where we have Public Works.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Commission. This is one of our backhoes that started going slow on the back boom and on the hydraulic. And then we have it dug it. We had it here at the local mechanic, but he told us that he couldn't find that.
And which one, which
It's a
vehicle is this?
It's a 2019 backhoe.
Oh, backhoe.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that they had one of those brush.
Yeah,
vehicles
we
at the-
got one of our brush truck that is out. It's been like a month and a half that it's out.
Okay.
We've been en route with our brush, but because we have our backhoes that will continue with the route.
Okay.
But we do need the other truck as well.
Very well.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
you're welcome, sir.
So there's two line items moving to executive, the demolition of the old Bar District and the library expansion item.
That is correct.
Yes,
Yes.
okay,
So we can move to approve without this?
yes, sir.
Right.
Please.
Can you,
Yes, I move that we approve the item submitted with the exception of the library, Rio Grande City Library project, as well as the demolition project.
I seconded.
has been second. All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Moving forward to item 5B, discussion of possible action to execute a contract with Valley Risk Consulting, Inc. for the agent of records.
Mayor, Commission, this is for our health insurance, so we already met with Valley Risk Consultants, some of their staff. The contract is needed so that they can move forward with receiving the information from HR so they can begin the process of looking for cost savings for the city.
Very well.
I recommend approval, Mayor, subject to legal review. There's just a few items on the contract that we wanted to talk to Valeris about.
Okay, sure thing.
I move that we approve item 5B as presented with subject to legal review.
I second.
Has been second. Questions, concerns? All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. 5C, discussion and possible action to execute a contract with Pyro Show of Texas for the 2025 Freedom Fest.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Commission. Yes, we're actually asking for the approval of the contract with Pyro Shows of Texas, so they will provide the fireworks shows for our Freedom Fest on June 28th. We're asking for the approval, that way we can begin the process to coordinate with our fire department to begin all of that and ensure we have everything in check regarding the safety of the fireworks show.
Did they do it last year?
Yes, they did, and they actually got us a reduced quote this year. We got a reduced quote of $12,000, so we saved about $5,000 in comparison to last year.
Okay, nice.
Is
It
this
was same show? Same show? Better.
Yes, but since, we're going back to them, I believe they're taking our consistent business in consideration, and they did give us a reduced
Loyalty
quote.
discount.
Is the next item also yours?
Yes, it is.
Okay, do you mind also giving a presentation on that?
Of course, so the discussion and possible action to execute a contract with RGB Party Rentals for the 2025 Freedom Fest. So this is for the same event. We will be, we're leaning towards the same, which is RGB Party Rentals. They did offer us a reduced quote as well. We saved $1,000. We actually saved a little bit more because we will be getting the bigger Ferris wheel this year. So we're trying to provide better amenities for our community, making the event bigger, better. So we are getting good prices and good deals on these. So we are asking for the approval of the contract as well.
Very well.
Same request, Mayor, subject to legal. I just have a few questions on the contract.
Of course.
Okay.
Thank
Very well.
you.
I move that we approve items 5C and D as presented, subject to legal approval.
I second.
Motion has been second. Questions or concerns at this time? All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Moving forward to item 5E, discussion and possible action to approve a conditional lease agreement with the City of Rio Grande City, Greater Chamber of Commerce at 405 East Mirasoles Street, Suite E and F, Rio Grande City, Texas 78582.
Mayor, staff recommends taking this to executive.
Very well.
Do you need a motion to that effect?
Yes, please.
I move that we take item 5, is it E?
That is correct.
5E to executive session.
Second.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries to be addressed in executive session. 5F, discussion and possible action to approve the advance fund agreement for the Border State Infrastructure Project of System for International Drive.
Yes, this is the actual AFA for this project that needs a signature of the mayor. This item was also discussed Monday at the EDC meeting. There is an initial payment that needs to go out to the state for some review fees of the AFA in the amount of $31,070. That was approved during that meeting, so if we are able to get that AFA signed, they'll send it via DocuSign. So basically, it's a draft for now. There'll be some updates to some of the signatories and such. That will be sent to yourself, Mr. Mayor, for your signature.
Very well. I'm asking that we also take this one to executive, so if we can have a motion to
I move that we
discuss.
take item 5F to executive session, Mayor.
I second.
Has been second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries to be addressed in executive session. Moving to item 6, items for consideration and approval. A, discussion and possible action to award bid for Los Vela Road Street Widening Improvement Project.
Yes, so that was also discussed during the EDC meeting. So this is an EDC project. It was a form of incentive for Los Pinos hardware store. This was an improvement that they were going to have to make on their behalf when they developed their property there. They came to the EDC for assistance so that they could cover the cost for doing that street widening, since they would be providing an access in the back of that facility and have their drivers drop off,
Right.
lumber and such. So a widening of that road was necessary. Our engineer, Sames, assisted us. This was actually the third time this project went out for bid, and luckily we got 4 bidders during this round. I think that had to do with the fact that those utility poles were relocated and the project was shovel-ready, right? So they're recommending G8 to complete this work as they came in closest to the budget. Sames gave us an estimated cost, and that came within that range. We've worked with G8 in the past. They paved 2 streets for us, Reina and Plainview Street. So we're familiar with them. We've worked with them in the past. Their references checked out, and the engineer is recommending that we select G8 for this paving improvement project.
This is within budget?
Yes,
That's the lowest bid?
that is the lowest bidder.
And is it your recommendation that we approve this item?
Yes, like I mentioned, we worked with them in the past, so we know that we need to, as with any construction, obviously stay on site, be firm with them on some of the timeframes on when this work should be completed. It's not a huge project, it's not a huge stretch of road either, but it is necessary to improve the flow of traffic in that area.
I move to approve item 6A as presented.
I second.
Has been second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Good job, Ms. Adam.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And item 6B, discussion possible action to purchase .356 acres from Peña Family Central Palm Realty LLC located adjacent to Silver Star Park. I'd recommend that we take this one to executive session as well.
I move that we take item 6B to executive session.
I second.
Has been second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Item 6B to be addressed during executive session. 7, planning, A, approval of second reading for converting one-way streets into two-way streets in the city's downtown district.
Mr. Barrera?
Good afternoon, Mayor. Northeast Street, we already painted the parking.
The striping, yes, sir.
The parking lots, they're on north to south.
Okay.
So on the 26th of this month, it will open to two-way street.
So it's ready, it's ready.
It's ready, but we have to take off some signs that are on Second Street that
Right.
say no to the left
Good job.
and install another stop sign on the south side.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it, sir.
It's also been publicized in the newspaper, on Facebook, and also.
And physically on the road, I've seen it.
Yeah,
Very well. Okay.
so it's almost ready. So
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I move to approve item 7A as presented.
Second.
Has been second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Moving forward to executive session, do we have a motion to
I
move
move
to?
to go to executive session, item 8.
Second.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We stand adjourned. ready to reconvene from executive session. And I know that we had left some items pending. Ms. Montemayor, tell me from the beginning which ones we left pending.
It was item 2A8, the approval of minutes for the June 11 meeting.
That is correct. Okay. And but we don't have the minutes prepared as amended, do we?
No.
Okay.
Do we move to table this one?
You can move to approve and identify the what's going to be amended.
Okay. As discussed in executive session with the amendments proposed?
And I recommend that you move to approve the minutes to reflect that the city attorney at the June 11th meeting was Jay Peña. And subject to that amendment, the meeting, I recommend the minutes be approved.
So move, Mayor. I move that we approve item 2A with the amendment that the city attorney for the city at that meeting was Mr. Jay Peña.
Okay, do we have a second?
I second.
Motion has been second. Just for the record, I want to point out that we have gone back and confirmed through our videos and our footage that we have that Mr. Jay Peña was in fact the city attorney back then when these minutes were prepared back in June 11, 2024. With that in mind, does anybody have any questions or concerns? No. All of those in favor to approve the minutes, say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. Minutes have been approved as proposed. Moving forward, ma'am.
5E.
5E, contracts and agreements. E, discussion and possible action to approve a conditional lease agreement with the City of Rio Grande City Greater Chamber of Commerce at 405 East Mirasoles Street, Suite E and F, Rio Grande City, Texas 78582.
Mayor, I move that we approve item 5E as discussed in executive session.
Second?
I second.
All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Then we also have F. Is that correct?
We also have 5A, there was a couple of items, the
There's
library and
okay.
the demolition.
Oh, yes.
It
Okay,
can be moved as discussed.
Let's go back, that is correct, to 5A. Discussion and possible action regarding the approval of expenditures and contracts valued less than 50,000 but more than 5,000 that comply with or are exempt from section 252.0215 of the local government code. One of the line items was for the expansion of the library. And there was
The demolition of the old water district.
yeah, let's go first with the library, and I think that the discussion was to approve the lowest bid. Was that correct, Commissioner Barrera?
No. I move to approve items 5A under the expenses over 5,000, that we go ahead and move forward with this building in phases, so Mr. Milan can determine with the planning department how many phases we can, in how many phases we can break it.
Okay.
Because this falls under the 5,000 square foot legal requirements, we're going to proceed at this as a management item.
Okay.
Correct.
As a management item. Okay, so the proper motion at this time would be what, Ms. Garcia?
Move to approve the bid submitted for the renovation of a building under 5,000 square feet.
Okay. And
Which one of those bids was it, though? Was it first three bids?
That's what you would
The
pick.
the low?
the
That's
Ramirez
okay.
Construction?
Yeah, the Ramirez Construction.
Yeah, the
Okay,
1,009.
all right, so just to clarify right now, the motion being to approve the lowest bid that we have,
Yes.
subject to the requirements that are going to be implemented by the planning department?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right,
I second that.
okay. All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion
Aye.
carries, thank you. So, So Ramirez Construction has been selected as the individual that's going to proceed with this project. Now, we're going to the other item. Mr. Milan, which one was it?
It's 5F, Mayor, for the
No,
demolition.
and the same item is the demolition of the old water district to explore the possibility of maybe doing it in-house or going with the lowest bid.
Mayor, I move that we look into the possibility of doing the demolition in-house by our city. And if that is not feasible, then we go with the lowest bid that was submitted.
Very well.
I second.
Motion has been second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay. Now moving forward to the next item.
It's 5F. It's 5F. So, Mayor, I move to approve, to accept the offer of 300,000 from Stark County Camargo Bridge Company. In Reliance, I move to approve an advance fund agreement for border state infrastructure, AFA ID Z0009113, and approve resolution number 2025-16, subject to this agreement.
Very well. Does
I
any-
second.
Motion has been second. So my understanding is that we are approving these items based on the representations and offers that have been made by Star Camargo Bridge. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, all right. With that in mind, does anybody have any questions or concerns? Okay, and we're also relying on that particular offer that was made and accepted in order to proceed forward today. All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
We have to go back to item 5E, also the lease agreement, the 405 East Mirasoles Street to be on a month-to-month basis instead of a yearly contract.
Very well.
I move to approve item 5E, as discussed in executive, to make these conditional lease agreement month to month.
Second?
Second.
Motion has been second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Very well.
6B.
And 6B, that is correct. Item 6B, discussion and possible action to purchase .356 acres from Peña Family Central Palm Realty LLC located adjacent to Silver Star Park.
Mayor, I move that we authorize our city manager to negotiate with Peña Family Center Palm Realty to purchase this property.
Okay. And with the maximum limit as proposed during
With the
executive session?
maximum limit as proposed during executive session, yes.
Do we have a second on the motion?
Second.
Motion has been second. Questions, concerns, discussion?
Can you explain, Mayor, what these acquisition will help the community, please?
Yes. Currently, we have the Silver Star Park, and the Silver Star Park has become a center point for entertainment. There's a lot of kids that go to this particular park and practice soccer, softball. There's a lot of people that go also to run. It's a heavily trafficked park that we have, but there's one issue. Mr. Peña and the Peña family had been allowing the community to use their parking lot for years, and the city is very grateful for that. But currently, they have decided that they wanted to sell the parking space. The park, as it stands right now, it does not have any parking of its own. And so, with that in mind, if the Peña family wanted, they could essentially close down the areas that we have allocated for parking right now because the property does not belong to us. So this proposition gives us the authority to start negotiating with the Peña family company. And also we have proposed a maximum as to how much we're willing to pay for this particular property. The idea would be that finally we're going to have our own parking space for the community and for this park. And also this would allow us the opportunity to build some restrooms that are needed there for that park, because as it stands, most of the parks that we have, they have the restrooms. But this particular park, given that it doesn't have any additional land, we don't have any restrooms. So this is, in acquiring this piece of property, we're going to be able to acquire parking space, which we don't have at all right now, and also we would be able to accommodate some restrooms for the community members.
So basically, you will make a complete park with restrooms, parking lot, the new lighting that is coming. And just, obviously, I see a lot of traffic there now, more than ever, so now it can be used, during night as well.
That is correct. And just for those individuals that don't know, this is the park where the soccer goal lines were placed there. And also our department, Parks and Recs, are investing about $30,000 in lighting because it's poorly lit right now. So we're trying to complete the park. All of the parks that we have parking, with the exception of this one. It's also important to note that we looked into the possibility of perhaps carving into the park with the idea of creating a parking lot within the park, but given that this is a retention pond created to the needs of the surrounding neighborhood and businesses, we simply can't do that because it's a requirement for this subdivision that the retention pond be that size. So we have no choice but to move forward with the purchase. We think that the numbers that we have proposed are going to be a fair number for both for the city and also for the Peña family. So we're moving forward with that.
Okay, thank you for explaining.
Yes, sir. Any other comments, questions?
No.
Okay, with that in mind, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you.
I would like to say, Mayor, and you mentioned it, but to thank the Peña family for letting us use that as parking for all these years.
Yes.
I know you mentioned it already.
Yeah, one of the things that I recognize is that for years, the Peña family had been allowing the city and the residents to use their parking lot free of charge. At some point, they even have the lighting. Whether they were required or not, that's a totally separate issue. But the truth of the matter is that the parking lot was available to the public in general. It's unfortunate that they couldn't continue offering this to the city, but I understand. It's understandable, and I think that it's the proper thing would be to thank the Peña family because they allowed the community members to park there and to use their land free of charge, and for that, we're very grateful. Yes, sir. Anything else, Commissioner?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, very good.
Very well. Let's see. Going back to our agenda, I think, do we have anything else pending?
On the reconvene from executive to, on the real property to proceed as discussed in executive, the acceptance of the proposed land
Of which one, Mr. McGee?
downtown.
Oh, yes,
Letter
that is,
C.
that is correct, yes. Yes. Do you know the address of, by any chance? Or just something that identifies the property just to have a clear record?
307 is Main Street.
Okay.
307. Mayor, I move to approve item 9C as discussed in executive. It's the acquisition of the property located on 307 East Main Street in Rio Grande City, Texas, at this time.
I second.
Okay. Motion has been second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye, motion carries. Do we have anything, any legal matters pending or personnel matters, Ms. Garcia?
No.
No? Okay. At this time, we stand adjourned and the time being 3:35. Thank you so much.